Hello, it is Sarah Weigel, astrologer and leadership coach here for Moon Astrology Tarot for the moon in Gemini. This is Mercury's home sign of Gemini, and we will have the Mercury inferior cazimi, the inferior conjunction to the sun. So Mercury is in retrograde, he's going to conjunct the sun, and this is called the inferior conjunction. We are, of course, still working with repercussions from the eclipse, repercussions from the Saturn-Mars conjunction, building to the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. So, and this is air energy. This moon will also trine with Pluto and Aquarius. And then, of course, square off with Saturn, Mars, and Neptune in Pisces, as those are both mutable signs. You could be a little flaky, a little all over the place, a little lots of ideas, downloads, maybe even some I almost want to say psychic potential. I don't know why I would think that, but also it's going to be squaring, the moon is watery, and it's going to be squaring Saturn, Mars, and Neptune in Pisces. So yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Plus the Mercury, it is known as the ruler of astrology, and he's mental, and he's mindset, and he's communication, and he's a trickster, and all of those things. And so with the moon in Gemini during the Mercury cazimi, yeah, you could get some like powerful downloads. This month is really a lot of journaling and a lot of like feeling through stuff and processing through stuff. So yeah, I guess I wouldn't really be surprised if there's some you notice something that you've never noticed before about yourself, in the way of psychic energy, or some sort of ability that you have that you just never noticed before. Especially if you did the work around the five senses, right? The clairs are based on the five senses, right? There's clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, God, I never remember all of them. You'd think I would, but I don't. But also, if you're doing work with your sacral and your root, and feeling into your solar plexus, your lower three chakras, your gut, your creative center, and your root, you could definitely be sensing some stuff coming online. Or realizing things that you hadn't noticed before. So anywho, let's see what's up with the tarot. So hopefully you are enjoying this energy. I know it's sticky. I know it's like molasses in January. It doesn't feel like spring, and it's okay, because remember that Aries is the initiation, right? It's the cardinal energy of spring. And sometimes it just takes a minute to be ready to bloom, or to be ready to open up your flower petals, or whatnot. So just know that we're all in it. You're not alone. Whatever you are experiencing, you are not alone. Okay? Everybody's going through something in all of this. We got the Tower in reverse. Oh, this is Hugh from iBoard. The Tower in reverse. What's done is done. What's done is done. We're rebuilding. The Tower in reverse is a good card, is a positive card. So if the tower were upright, then we would be watching something go down, but we're actually building. So I love this. I love this. I love this with a Mercury cazimi. I love that, because typically when we have a Mercury cazimi, it's the halfway point of the Mercury retrograde, but we get those light codes. We get those downloads. We get the dose of information. So if you've been sitting on something, stewing on something, know that it's in process. Know that it's in process, right? That's perfect. These cards lately, like even when I did the eclipse video, those cards were just dead on. So the cards have been really spot on lately, which is a good thing, because that just kind of, affirms that I know what the hell I'm talking about. My Scorpio moon, I get insecure, okay? It's a thing, all right? Also, like, I don't know. Yeah, I get like super insecure and self-doubt with a Scorpio moon. So anyway, but Pluto's in my Aquarius, so apparently I'm getting more Aquarian-ish energy lately than I have been Scorpio moon-ish energy, which I am perfectly happy with because I had the South Node in Scorpio a couple years ago and fuck, that was hard. So, um, anyway, let's see what's up with the critters and the plants. See what's going on there. We're getting through it. We're getting through it. We're making it. We're almost to the midpoint of April. We're getting through this month. So just, we got the bobcat and the black thorn. Ooh, well, patience. I don't know a lot about bobcats. Um, but are bobcats a pouncing type hunter? Um, being patient, being quiet when they need to be. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know anything much about bobcats. Aren't they like a mountain-ish creature? Um, but I would say if they are a pouncer type creature, then they have to be patient. They have to wait for the right moment to pounce on their prey. And so I feel like that's, and I don't, the blackthorn, I don't know. I'm guessing it's the same thing. It's kind of like they have to be patient. This almost reminds me of like a Venus flytrap. Like it's got to be patient to wait for the fly to get its prey to get to the right spot before it can close to trap its prey. And so that sounds really a vicious way of saying be patient for the right moment and to do your thing. So sounds like a very vicious way of saying it, but I mean, think about that. Like you've got to wait for the right moment. That's why I keep saying like this isn't the month to launch the thing. This is the month to prepare it, right? And to have yourself open. If you think about the Venus flytrap, it's open, right? It's got the Venus flytrap it's like a leaf shaped vegetation that has like spikes on the side, but there's enough room between the spikes for like a bug to get in. And then when the bug is towards the center of the fold of the Venus flytrap, it folds over and traps the fly. That's how they operate. So my point is like, you gotta wait till it's at the right moment to do the thing. And so I kind of like that. Like you're getting the downloads from the tower, it's rebuilding, right? But it's not ready yet. It's not ready to open yet, right? If you're rebuilding a building, you've got to make sure that you've got running water and all of the building codes. And I mean, not that I like, whatever, I think they can overdo building codes sometimes, but there's a safety and precautionary thing about that, right? So it's not like it's all bad and wrong. I'm not saying that, but it's like, if they're about to renovate a building, like you got to get to the right point. And even then, when you launch something, you're still going to have glitches and hiccups in the operation. So there's those sorts of things too. So, I feel like this is all about like the patience, having the endurance to I have like friends who launch products all the time, and there are times when they like sit on it quietly and they're like, I want to share, I want to share, I want to share because I'm so excited. But at the same time, they're like, I can't because, it's not prepared, it's not ready, and whatnot. Roman chamomile, promotes calmness and peace. And I think this is important because we want to make sure our nervous system stays calm. So even if it's not Roman chamomile, it's not your flavor. Y'all know I don't like chamomile. It's not my flavor. But there are things like lavender, or whatever calms you. Maybe it's cardamom that calms you. Maybe it's I don't know, like maybe citrus calms you and has that reverse effect, right? Things like that, something that calms you and keeps your nervous system, frankincense or something like that, that keeps your nervous system calm so you're not overly anxious and jump the gun on whatever it is you're up to. So put that with the bobcat and patience, the bobcat and the blackthorn and patience, and then we got the tower up in reverse. So we've got like, it's a matter of like keeping yourself in check. This Mercury retrograde is really about keeping yourself in check. And then all of the things going on with Chiron and the other transits we got going on. I mean, we've got a lot of transits going on, but it's just not that month to like power through and do oh my goodness, guys. Okay, I'm such a Scorpio rising. You don't want to like shoot your load too soon. You know what I'm saying? Okay. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm sorry if I just like, ruined the bubble at which you live in. But, you don't want to like shoot your load too soon. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right. That was the moon in Gemini. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. As always, please, hit the like button, drop a comment, and whatnot so that we can continue to grow this community. I do have, ambition for this community and where this community could go, which is why I bring a lot of like my personality to it, like the Star Trek, the tea stuff, the essential oils. Like this isn't shit I just do for social media content, y'all. If you've known me for any stretch of time, I've been into Star Trek for like 20 years. It was because of an ex, by the way, in case anybody wondered. He obsessively watched Star Trek 3 hours every friggin' Friday night while we were together, and I hated it. And then I got into it. I didn't get into it until the Borg, though, to be honest with you. Like most of it was pretty boring to me. I'm still not a huge fan of Klingon stuff, but I loved like time travel things, multi-universe things, and Borg things. And then somebody introduced me to Star Trek Voyager, and between the Borg situation, the Delta Quadrant, and the eye candy of Chakotay and Tom Paris. Yeah, okay, that was it. I was sold. Your girl was sold. But I mean, I bring things to you to show my personality and also how you can, and what things you can do to like implement this work into real life, into what you're actually experiencing, right? And it doesn't mean to say that like my life is sunshine and rainbows. It's not. I live near my family, and I haven't lived near my family in a very long time, like 30 years. So trust me when I say I'm going through stuff too, but there's also my own growth work, my own, moving through my own stuff, right? And still trying to be a daughter and a sister and a friend and, member of my community and whatnot. So, and wanting my own groups of friends and my own family and my own community and things like that. So I'm here too. So, but that's why I bring my personality to this, because I want people who, do watch Star Trek the way I watch Star Trek, that they see the meaning behind it, that they understand that when they switch something up in their nutrition or whatever, that it does create an effect within our bodies and our systems that can support us through, the energies. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.